In today's video, we'll be doing a little bit of dress up. We're going to be installing a Mishimoto shift knob, new shifter bushings. We're going to be using a Mishimoto adapter and a shift boot. We're going to be working in this general area, and what we're also going to be doing is relocating this 4x4 button to one of these open plugs. This 4x4 button was bought off of Etsy, off a guy named K3D Prints. So let's go ahead and start taking some of these off. So to take off this accordion style shifter boot, you pretty much pinch on the two sides and lift up. We're going to be reusing this little bracket. With these shift knobs as well, they're on a pin. So right over here, we're going to get a little punch, a hammer, and try pinching this out this way and popping it off. The 4x4 button is also connected on a wire right over here. So we're going to follow this wire and see where it goes. We might have to take off this little center console as well. I am using a 1/8 center punch to take out this pin. I'm placing my knee on the shifter knob and punching it on the other side just so it can pull out, and then I'm going to use some type of pliers to pull it out. Doing it this way, you prevent some internal damage in the gear linkages. So be patient, be cautious. It is also a good idea to use some penetrant or even some lube like WD-40 to help get this pin out. As you can see, the pin is starting to pull out. Go ahead, put it aside, take this out. With the shifter as well, there's this like little retaining O-ring, so you can go ahead, push the shift boot down to help ease. And now your accordion style shifter boot is taken off, and your shifter knob should be able to pull up. So with this, we're gonna try finding this harness. We might have to take out the seat and remove this little center console, and with relocating the 4x4 button, we're gonna make a new little wire harness just to extend the wires, probably run it underneath and feed it up into the dash over here. So we're gonna go ahead and start removing some of the center console pieces. This little storage box in the back behind the e-brake is fastened by two little screws. Once you get those two little screws out with a GIS screwdriver, you're gonna be able to start pulling out some of these. Taking out the seat is optional, but it will make the process a little bit easier. This console is held on by 4 screws, 2 in the front, so there's one right over here, another on the opposite side, one over here, and one more right over here. If you're comfortable enough, you can just unscrew these 4, and they should pop right up. If you want, the seat is fastened on 4 12 mils, 2 in the front, right here and over here, and 2 in the back. So you gain access to the back, slide your seat all the way forward, tilt it all the way back, and that's 1, and that's 2. And with that, the seat should pop right out. With the seat out and the screws undone, you can go ahead and remove this little console. You can see that the wiring has connected to this little harness over here. And to take off the actual shift knob, there is a little screw over here, and it should release the 4x4 button. So I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this, unplug this, and we'll continue. So when it comes to the button, there's a couple ways you can do it. You can either just cut it and extend it so it reaches the control panel. With mine, you can desolder it, depin it, and run a new line. So let's go ahead and run a new line. So we're gonna reuse this little connector. You can see that there's these 2 little tabs on the inside of the prongs. We're gonna decompress those and reuse the pins. So with the switch all wired up and we've got the plug, we're gonna follow this little harness underneath the dash and try to route the switch right over here. We'll also be using this little printed bezel. So go ahead and remove your carpet just to get access to that little harness. So you're gonna want to put the button through the bezel first. Start it up here, feed it down, bring the harness with these other harnesses, and tie it back into this right over there. So we're just gonna do some cable maintenance and see if it works after. So once it's all wired up, you can go ahead and put on this little center console. With mine as well, I'm going to be changing the shifter boot to this M ring and even the e-brake. So I just use a zip tie over here, and I am using Mishimoto right over here adapter. So this is on 4 set screws. I went ahead and tightened them up, and let's get going. And since we're going to be changing the shifter and the shifter boot, you can go ahead and order these as well to change your shifter bushings. So I already changed them. There's one right over here. There's another one on the other side. It's just these little cotter pins. Pull them out, pull out the washer, put in the new rubbers, and reinstall it. So this will help with the shifting as well. So I'm just going to put the cover back on and install the new shift knob as well. But this is the new setup.